Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Long Hauler bringing you the final prediction for the group games in Group C. U.S. will be facing Algeria, and England has Slovenia. What it boils down to is pretty much winning you're in for England, Slovenia, and the U.S. Algeria can blow out the U.S. and have a very low-scoring draw in the England-Slovenia game and make it through. But they're going to need a little bit of help. If the U.S. wins, they're in. If England wins, they're in. If Slovenia wins, they're in. Start first with the U.S. team. They will be without Robbie Findlay. I don't think it's going to be a huge ordeal. His speed will be missed. He has kind of a suspect touch and suspect finishing, so I'd like to see probably Gomez get the start, actually. I think Buttle and Altidore play fairly similar, and Gomez is going to be a little bit more creative. In the midfield, I'm not sure how Bob Bradley's feeling about Jose Torres right now. I thought he played pretty decent against Slovenia. He just, personally, I thought his and Michael Bradley's roles need to be reversed. I think Bradley needs to be that holding back, and Torres needs to be sitting in front of him, creating things. But what the U.S. really needs to focus on is not coming out and playing flat. Obviously, in both World Cup games so far, they've allowed a goal. In the England game, it was in the first 4 minutes, and Slovenia game was in the first 15 minutes. And I think that's been a pattern for them, even through some of the later friendlies. So they need to make sure to come out and not be flat and play like they did in the Slovenia second half for the full 90 minutes. Sim match score is the U.S. wins 1-0. I actually agree with this score. I think both teams are going to come out and kind of be tightened up in the first 15-20 minutes. It's going to be a fairly slow-paced game at the beginning. U.S. absolutely needs to get 3 points. They're not going to want to have to depend on anyone else. They have their future. They hold their future in their own hands. So I see the U.S. coming out. I see them getting 3 points. And if they get 3 points, it's pretty possible and almost probable that they'll come out as the 1 seed. And that is if England beats Slovenia with a fairly low score. Right now, the U.S. and England are tied on goal differential, but the U.S. has 2 more goals scored, which is the second tiebreaker. So as long as England and the U.S. get the same result, but England doesn't outscore the U.S. by more than 2 goals, then the U.S. come out as the 1 seed. Let's see what else. If England and Slovenia draw, then that'll give Slovenia 5 points and U.S. 5 points, and then it goes to goal differential there. So it's going to depend on these 2 games as well. So if England and Slovenia draw, Slovenia is going to come out with the U.S. And obviously if England wins, they're going to come out. But what I think England needs to do is, I think that they have so much pressure put on them right now. They just need to go out and play. So many of the top 8 teams, are struggling a little bit in a couple of their group matches, but just recently, you saw the Portugal blow out North Korea. Spain looked a whole lot better today as well against Honduras. So England just needs to go out and play football. They need to get back to being that grunt-nosed team, that physical team, and working that ball through their midfield. And Rooney can't do anything. He's been kind of quiet. The midfield's going to have to control the pace of the game and kind of open up things for Wayne Rooney and whoever else they're going to be starting up front. I'm not sure if it's going to be Heskey or Defoe or Crouch or whatever, but the midfield just needs to control this game, and they need to really take it over from the get-go. And I think that the England midfield absolutely has the ability and the skills to do this. It's just whether or not they can put that media pressure and that pressure from all the other facets that they're getting. I'm not sure, but if they can put that in the back of their mind and just go out and play like this is another game, then they'll come out on top. I see England finally breaking through and scoring some goals here. Obviously, they haven't scored since the 4th minute of the first game. Um, I think it's a travesty if Wayne Rooney doesn't get on the scoreboard, especially in the group stage. I think that he's probably going to have to, either he or Lampard or Gerrard, in order for England to come through. Slovenia is not going to be a pushover team either. And the one issue, or the one thing going against England here, is that Slovenia also need the result as well. So they're not going to be just sitting back and playing this game and keeping people fresh for the round of 16. So they need this result just as much as England does. So the sim score has England winning 2-0. I will also probably agree with this score. I think the defense, the English defense, is going to tighten up a little bit. I think John Terry's going to step up and be that leader that he needs to be in directing folks in front of him and in the middle. And I think Slovenia is going to be playing a bit timid as well, since they need that result. They only need a tie or a draw, so they're going to sit back a little bit and make England come to them. So that's it, everyone. I really look forward to Wednesday's game. I'm recording this on Monday night, the 21st. A lot of things can happen. I'm really excited. The U.S. and England both hold their own destiny, so I hope you like it and enjoy the games.